This is Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
So I don't think they can handle black people with voices that must be heard out there talking, because it's too much. I mean, they can't handle Omarosa. She doesn't own a news network. She doesn't have billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
She's going up against the most powerful man in the world with a little other than her gumption, whatever faith she has in God, and her wanting to get her get paid. She's standing though. White folks are not used to resistance. We don't resist the white system. I'm not talking about mean to some ordinary white person walking the street. I'm talking about resisting where we spend our money, where we spend our time, how we do stuff. We're not fighting back. We're not pushing back.
So is she Haitian then? She got the Haitian spirit of fighting back?
Half Nigerian. Her father is Nigerian. This is not Haitian. Haiti makes some money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I want to say for Dick, I did the same thing with Dick Gregory in 2015 or 16.
Okay.
We had like a 9-hour conversation. The pictures were up on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
He was with my mentor from Howard University, Dr. Suleiman Yang. And I said, Dick, let's get a picture. I may never get another one. And that is the last picture. That's the only one-on-one picture I have with Dick Gregory. Was the first one.
Wow.
And it was so interesting because I was in the restaurant. It's called the Tasty Diner. It's off of Colesville Road and Georgia Avenue in Silver Spring. And I looked and I saw the back. I can tell who people are from the back of their head.
Mm-hmm.
And it was back of head. And I went up and said, hey, Mr. Gregory, it was Dick Gregory. I told my friend, that's Dick Gregory. He says, how can you tell? I says, I see the back of his head. I says, do you see his face? I says, his back of his head is just as good as his face if you know what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Gregory came over and we talked for about 7 hours.
Wow.
Everything. And he said that Trump wasn't going to win. I said, no, I think Trump's going to win. He cussed me out.
Right, that's how Dick Gregory. But then I called for 7 hours though, so he liked you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, but it was me and several other people. And, what happened, Dick would always crash the shows that I was on. If I was on, back when Carl Nelson didn't hit Black Lives Matter, tell him who could come on his show.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I'd come in, I guess a lot of people like listening to the stuff I was sharing with them.
Right.
Dick Gregory would call in and interrupt and hog it and
you already know he shut the air out the room. Yeah, I understand.
It would be like Diana Ross snatching the microphone, snatching the microphone by Mary Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, come on, man, you're internationally known. You're gonna take my little bit of time from me. I'm not an icon. People barely know who the hell I am. So what are you worried about? But anyway, I remember one time he crashed the show. He was laughing so hard. He was saying how bad I was. Terrible. Because what happened, Carl Nelson asked me if Obama had Scalia killed.
Mm-hmm.
And I began to sing, Oh, Happy Day. Oh, happy day, oh, happy day. Oh, happy day, oh, happy day. When Jesus washed. And that's just for the white people. I said, oh, happy day, I fix my choice for you, my Savior and my God. And so, happy day, when Obama took that cracker away. So Dick Gregory was going to just howl and laugh. So you're awful. Because, I'm not going to feel sad that Scalia died. And shoot, they need to get the other 9. Or 8 right now to the you know. I know which one people first. And you know who that one is.
I'm pleading the fifth on the one, Dr. Shelley.
Okay, I won't say that. I take that back.
You good. I mean, like, okay, so, there's so many things, like you said, happen in the news. Like, I got to get your take on Alex Jones, what they're doing to him.
Well, Alex Jones, first and foremost, it had to happen at some point. You know, they've been doing what they did to Alex Jones to Boyce Watkins, who is nobody's radical. I mean, that Negro's about as middle of the road as the Fifth Dimension in the 60s. I mean, nobody's radical. When Facebook and them shut Boyce Watkins and black folk Atlanta Black Star gets shut down and they're violated. We're talking about people talking about regular stuff getting shut down. Mm-hmm. How long do you think before? Because they've got the audience. I mean, these white folks have the larger audience saying all this anti-globalist stuff. Didn't they think that they were going to get screwed? You know, a lot of black folks have marched and died for other people to get rights that we don't even enjoy. So, you know, black folks have fought in wars and people like Alex Jones have benefited. So it's, you know, it's kind of like a type of, affirmative action beat down for him. Mm-hmm. See, white folk are going to have to suffer for some of these struggle for freedom. Right? Now, I like InfoWars to some degree. I watch it, I read it, I look at it, I get lots of really good information. Just say this directly. They're lacking in their diversity. They're lacking in having any regular, consistent, strong black male or female voices. They have to do that. But if you're really trying to build a real broad-based movement, it would have been a lot harder for Alex Jones and them to be attacked if they had had a black and others solidarity, which they don't have. You know, when that man got shot down in Florida, the Stand Your Ground, Alex Jones and them were on the side of the shooter. Had it been a black man that had shot a white man standing his ground, they would have found a way to be on the side of the person that got shot. Okay. I've been on InfoWars a few times. They do some very good, I love a lot of stuff that they do, but they are standing up to their own fellow folks. And see, they don't like talking about white supremacy and racism. They do everything they can to avoid and ignore that and say that doesn't exist. Well, the people who've gotten their power off of white supremacy and racism also have the power to deny fellow whites of lower classes their rights and privileges. How you doing, Alex? You know, you can't speak out. I mean, you can't acknowledge that, one, when these things happen to other people, it's going to eventually happen to you. You get where I'm coming from? Right. I don't like them doing it to Alex Jones. I think it's wrong. But you know what? I got put off Twitter. Right. And I'm still off Twitter permanently. And there are a lot of people permanently off of Twitter because these things are dominated by these pedophile, racist Zionists that control it. I think you know the story, but I'll repeat it. I got permanently suspended from Twitter because I told white pedophiles to stop raping black children and they should rape their own. And they felt that violated community standards. I didn't say kill nobody. I didn't say I hate anybody. But they said that I was promoting hatred and violence for saying stop raping black kids. Think about it.
What's wrong with that? I'm just saying I don't believe in censorship. I believe this is going down a very dark road with, and they went after the alt-right and not the, just regular, like you said, run-of-the-mill black people with just a difference of opinion. Why can't we just have freedom of expression and people just, deal with it?
Because we live in a snowflake world. And the same way that idiot Tucker Carlson, the news host that comes on Fox News that looks like Edith Bunker from Archie Bunker. Like Edith Bunker. Yes, he does look like Edith Bunker. Had some bad. Archie! He just went on the news the other day and said America's always been a land that was tolerant and giving.
Really?
And I'm thinking, what part of giving includes slavery, peonage, sharecropping, indentured servitude, and convict lease?
Wow.
And what part of tolerance is Jim Crow laws, credit redlining,
Yes, sir.
slave codes, free black codes, free papers? What's about the red shirts, the silver shirts, the KKK, Knights of the White Camellia? What's tolerant about the White Citizens League? What's tolerant about the Conservative Citizens Committee? Really? Or the John Burke Society? What's tolerant about these people? Or restrictive covenants? So, do you realize that if we had equal time, and they've been doing this started 22 years ago with your wonderful friends, the Clintons, with the Telecommunications Act of 1996, which effectively disemboweled black media by allowing monopolistic media holdings in certain areas. Where if you're rich enough, you can own the newspaper, the print, the television, everything in a particular area, which means you won't allow diversity of opinion. You see, the elite only wants to hear what it wants to hear and only wants it said when they want it said. So the Clintons started this 22 years ago. So you won't be able to have enough money to be in radio or television. So the airwaves will only belong to the few, and the few will decide what everybody hears. So we have 5 or 6 companies that control almost 90% of the media in the country. We already don't have free speech.
Right.
We're just beginning to feel it more directly. And they're going after alternative. They're saying you can't have any alternative to what we say.
Yeah.
Like in Texas, we're going to have school books that, because we don't like being challenged, we're going to create school books that nullify alternative history. What you have is white speak, white truth, white commandments, and that's it. Now, it's interesting is what Trump isn't doing about it. Trump needs to get off of his bloated ass and come to the aid of people in his base who helped him win. He needs to stop being a selfish taker. But if he doesn't stop being a selfish taker, his poor white friends eventually will not vote for him. In fact, if you want to see a group of people get mad and turn on somebody, let a group of white folks get mad. Let a group of white folks get mad that they didn't get the infrastructure and things he promised. You almost wish the cities were ablaze and black folks were doing it, because you could call the National Guard out on them and they'll lay down and they won't shoot back. The white masses are not that. They know their rights. At least they think they do. In fact, they think they have the right to kill. It goes with the skin color. Ask any kid that shot up a school that's still alive. Anyway, and there are a lot of them. Most of them are alive. Most folks who shot up the schools are not dead. It's not like a black motorist in a racist subdivision. So you need to think about that. So Alex Jones and InfoWars, they've made an impact. They've got folks scared. But at some point, if they're not careful, if they bear down too hard, Twitter, Facebook, and these other groups are going to lose people paying attention to them. In fact, all their stocks are bubbles anyway. That stuff is going to collapse anyway. I can't wait. And yes, I've always felt that Zuckerberg would take his life. I just hope I get to see the video.
Well, actually, why wasn't Omarosa Ron Brown?
Say that again?
Why wasn't she like treated like Ron Brown was when he wanted to expose some things? Like, why didn't they get rid of her? I mean, the powers that be or whatever.
Well, first and foremost, Ron Brown, who's a lot like Omarosa in this sense, Ron Brown was a part of the establishment. And the thing is that Ron Brown crossed Hillary Clinton. Omarosa's doing this to Donald Trump, someone that she may have been his little sugar mama to. May have. Shoot, it pays. I mean, get that money, right? I'm not going to hate on her. I mean, she could handle it as small as he's supposed to be. So, okay. So, in my view, Ron Brown, first and foremost, is a second generation military intelligence brat. And his folks spied on Malcolm X and others in the Hotel Teresa. And so to me, that's like the chickens coming home to roost. That we didn't mind you as a snitch. We didn't mind you destroying the power of black people in the Democratic Party and stabbing Jesse Jackson in the back. And then maybe a little bit of Martin Luther King payback to Jesse. You know about the little turtleneck shirt and all. That's another conversation. Yes, y'all get y'all little pepper book orders to kill. You know Jesse had something to do with Martin Luther King getting taken off this earth and little effeminate Reverend Silly Billy Kyles. And look at all the tragedy that hit Billy Kyle's family. This, you should have never had anything to do with killing Dr. King, Kyle's family. Y'all are going to go down in infamy because black folks are going to wake up like they are waking up in South Africa. And they're going to be mad at everybody. They're going to be mad at the, what's that guy's name? Cathcart, the one who helped kill Malcolm X. One day black folks are going to be angry at the traitors of the last 50, 60 years. And it's not going to be pretty. It's good, and I can't wait. All the folks who snitched and sold out are going to get theirs. I just hope I live to see it, you know. I mean, and I could, like, I hope I get to see them turn out John Lewis. Oh, my God. I must have to carry around a bag of popcorn just so I could just keep it up a second and sit down and watch. Yeah, you didn't hit him on that side of his head. Just pretend that you're an Alabama trooper. Yeah, he sold out. And no, I need to tell you something. I didn't send you the email I got from Nighthawk. Nightwolf, about Nightwolf, a little black Indian activist. Did you know that John Lewis supported the black Cherokees being stripped of their right to vote? He got on the side of the white folks passing for Indians to dispossess the black Indians.
I didn't know that. No, I was not aware.
No, and that's another piece of dirt. Tell John Lewis I said, go to hell, you little bald-headed closet queen. You're a sellout.
But didn't Cherokees own black people? No, did they fight for the side of the Confederacy too during the Civil War?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about postbellum. I'm talking about in the last 4 or 5 years when the Cherokees said to the black folks, okay, you guys are just blacks. You don't get any more tribal stuff. You can't vote.
Oh, yeah, bro, yeah.
John Lewis was on the side of the segregationist, racist, fake white Indians against the black folks who are for real. This is what John Lewis did.
But they won, right, last year in August, actually. They win.
They didn't win. What happened was Obama, and one of the few things that I can point to that he specifically did to help just black people was he refused to let the Cherokees continue to get government money because they were racially discriminated. And in order to get that government money, they took off the bullshit and let the people go back to voting. But you would have thought John Lewis who said he fought for people to vote, would have had solidarity with people whose vote was being stolen unconstitutional within the tribe and violation of all civil rights laws in the United States. And John Lewis got on the side of segregation and white supremacy. Yes, little punk, effeminate, coward John Lewis did that.
Maybe John Lewis suffered from that CTE stuff the NFL players got.
And he's got some CTE up his behind, too. It makes me sick. I mean, retire. You don't care about black folk. Why don't you just get yourself a white boy and hang out on the beach somewhere? Get out of black leadership.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
And I'll say this, even Don Lemon with his white Jewish boyfriend can speak up for black folks' rights. I mean, can't John Lewis do it? I don't care how many white men he's been with.
You just put it out there. Well, you don't care. You're spilling tea everywhere, Dr. Shepard.
I didn't say he has, but I suspect it. Have you ever been in John Lewis's office? All the white boys have on tight pants and have long hair.
I have been to. I met him in Atlanta a couple times. I never seen him. Well, I got to ask you before we conclude.
Hold on. You didn't see the video? I'll play it to you where John Lewis says that gay marriage is the fulfillment of Dr. Martin Luther King's dream.
Oh, I mean, I'll look it up later. But you know what? I'm glad you put it out there.
You should play some music. For a minute, play that song "Pushover." Find that on YouTube.
I did. It was a good song. Ella Jane.
It's a good song. We're gonna dedicate that to Omarosa, and then I'll send you the video where John Lewis said that the fulfillment of the movement is gay rights.
That was for Bad Rustin. You can't speak for King. Maybe Rustin wanted that. But...
No, he said Dr. King.
Okay. Hold on.
The beloved community means that you're for gay marriage, and which means pedophilia comes next. Speaking of that, we got to talk about that broad down in Georgia.
Okay.
They're they're going to steal that election from her, even if she wins. Stacey Abrams, I don't think she's going to get that.
I know we talked about her before. Yeah, off her critique. So you think they're going to steal the election from her?
I think so. If she gets it, that girl's going to have to shine more shoes than Curious George. I'm telling you. Then the other thing I have to say to you is watch the one over in Maryland.
With Ben Jealous?
Yes. I'm going. I think I told you about Ben Jealous testimony.
No, well, you can refresh my memory. I mean, go ahead.
Okay, well, let me just say to y'all, sometimes you meet these people in life and it's amazing. Mm-hmm. I was having a problem because Ben Jealous used to deal with police brutality when he worked with Amnesty International.
Okay.
I was involved with Amnesty International as country specialist for Sudan. I was angry because Amnesty International about, 2003, which would be 15 years ago, they were more interested in promoting homosexuality in Africa than they were real cases like what I was doing within Darfur, where they were mass murdering, mass raping black folks.
Okay.
And I couldn't get any attention. In fact, my director told me, they have to kill 50,000 people before we can get serious about it.
Wow.
They're
being honest, right?
And I asked them on a conference call, which was one of the reasons they put me out of Amnesty, how many Jewish people would have to be killed before it would be called a Holocaust?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I love your response in terms of tick to tack.
And and so they basically, I got put out. I was seen as a bad person. I said, and I asked how many Africans you have to kill, 250,000 Africans. Would that be genocide? Can we have that benchmark? When it reaches 250,000, you'll do something about it.
That's some King Leopold stuff, right?
How dare you demand a number? I said, so I'm trying to figure out what would be a number. So I said, well, how many Jews? 10? 10 of them. I know they wouldn't even get to 10. But for Africans, it's got to be in the hundreds of thousands. And I said, you can't put words in my mouth, but you haven't responded to whatever number. I start off with 50. I started with a low number, built up. Right, I think that's fair. Anyway, so I was mad about this. So I went to see, I called my auntie, Yvonne Chappelle. That's Dave Chappelle's mommy, one of my favorite people. And she told me to go see Ben Jealous. I went down to see Ben Jealous. When he saw me, he smiled. This seemed kind of cool. And he says, well, why would you need to see me? And I said, well, I'm dealing with institutional structural racism, and I was told by Von Sion that, you might be able to help me. So he says, well, what seems to be the problem? I says, well, let me ask you a question. What's more important to you? Stopping a black Holocaust or two men having sex in the restroom? And Ben Jealous began yelling and screaming at me.
Wow.
Now, I'm trying to think, wait a minute. I didn't say kill faggots. Nothing. I don't like that. I don't talk to people.
Right.
I live in D.C., gay friends, family. I don't hate people. I disagree. I'll tell someone an ass isn't a vagina. It never will be. Okay? I love the black man, but as a man, not as a woman, not as a concubine, not as a thing, but as a brother. Okay? A father, a friend, a soldier. Okay? And I think nothing wrong with that. I'll have a problem with people hugging, but you know what? Please. Really, it really is an exit, not an entrance. I don't care what you think. And you shouldn't do it to a woman either. Okay? A lot of folk getting rectal prolapses because the inner lining of their rear end falls out. Looks like a flower coming out their rear end. And porn, they call it rosebudding. People really need to understand that you can destroy someone's quality of life having sex in their rear end. I'm not trying to tell people how to live, but that's a medical fact. By the way, I got put off Facebook. They said I was promoting hatred when I put up a picture of a rectal prolapse, and that was pornographic and all that. And then some sissy got mad because they want folk to continue to let you do that to them. And when you get the consequence, they're long gone. And no one's going to staple your rear end back in. That's right. They staple your rectal lining back into you when you've had it tore out like that. That's an awful way to have to go to see a doctor and have people know that that's like that. Okay. Anyway, back to my point.
Okay.
I didn't tear down the rights of people who are same-sex attracted, but in the scheme of things in Africa, what's more pressing, the genocides like Rwanda or folks who want to have sex with people of the same sex? And Ben Jealous was so angry with me, he began talking about all of his accomplishments. The way he did it, it's as if I called him a name. I never said anything against him. I never said anything against gay people in general.
Does he have a gay brother, though? Does he have a gay relative that he's close to?
He has a gay twin brother.
Okay. Well, they share the same womb, so maybe he can feel some things. I don't know. I'm just leaving it at that. Go ahead, Dr. Short.
I think he does more than feel the thing.
You got something else. But go ahead, Dr. Short. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. He went off on me and was boasting about all his accomplishments, and he was moving his head back and forth like the Diamond and Silk. You've seen them. Yes, he was. Just move his head and. At first, I thought he was going to punch me. He's a big man.
He is big. He's big.
So bad. I didn't say I hated people. I just said there's a genocide, and this is a lifestyle choice. But he saw it that way. And then someone came, and he switched out of the room. But he's big.
You said he switched out the room.
It seemed like I didn't notice it. Yes, he switched out of the room.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Okay, all right. Now, look, after that, I began to do, research. About 2010, his name came back up again, and I said, you know what? Let me look into him. And that's when I saw him writing about how proud he was that his brother was gay. And this, I think, who writes about saying they're proud that he was a gay sibling? That's strange to me. First of all, I wouldn't have told anyone if I had a straight or gay brother. I'd just tell you I love my brother or my sister. Who was he pandering to, okay? Then, when Ben Hooks died down in Memphis, he was at the funeral crying, all this other kind of stuff. And he said Ben Hooks was his mentor. Well, most people don't know Ben Hooks was the person that pronounced the homosexual movement as part of the black movement. And the civil rights thing. Yes, Ben Hooks did this in the late 70s. Oh, yeah, you didn't know that. But that's Ben Jealous's mentor. Okay. Can you stay with me? Don't leave me. So I'm watching this, and then within a year or so of that, Ben Jealous, I saw him on TV. the NAACP had voted 62-2 in favor of same-sex marriage.
Mm.
And Ben Jealous was on TV crying like a little girl, sobbing. He was incoherent. He was so happy, full of joy that gay folk could get married. Look, my parents had a ministry in which a lot of people were gay. They grew up in my house. I mean, I'm not lying to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I had folks that didn't cry about gay marriage because they didn't want to get married. They wanted to get some. When they needed it, and they move on. I mean, this marriage, most homosexual people in the country have not married. And they have higher rates of divorce and everything else, and violence than sexual couples, in particular lesbians. All these women buying this radical dyke feminist idea that men are the ones who are so violent. These women are getting their behinds beat in such a proportion that the few gay and lesbian marriages these women are in, they represent about a third of the domestic violence against women in the country. I bet you didn't know that. That's women beating ass.
Mm. Wow.
That's real talk. And that's how much beating is going on amongst these few women. But but when you see the TV about DV, it's always assumed that it's males, just men beating women. Males, right? Just beating. Man wants to beat a woman. That's not true.
Right.
If you and I want to hit someone, it's not with our fists. I know that's right, hurt. Not one. I never hit a woman with a fist in my life. I never planned to.
Right.
Okay. And if any woman makes me that mad, unless I had to defend myself because someone's trying to strike me first, I've never raised my hand to hit a woman in my life.
Mm.
I never planned to. I think the most decent man towards women is a nonviolent man, but that doesn't mean women need to swing on no man. You're within your right. Some woman tries to come at you like she's Hulk Hogan or Vin Diesel.
You treat her as such. You treat her like that, yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
In fact, I told one woman, maybe some man, I feel like being a transsexual. I'd whoop your ass. I'll pretend like I'm Caitlyn Jenner for a few minutes. And they said, oh my God, well, then my female side took over, right? Anyway. But look, back to Jealous. I'm looking at this and hear me slobbering and crying on national television. Dude won the victory. You can say this, it's a great day for him. But I mean, he was just he wanted people to know how overwhelmed with joy he was.
But he's married with kids, right? A child.
Well, a child, yeah.
He's married to a black woman.
Yeah, she's light skinned. You never see her with them. That's very interesting.
He running for governor, right? I mean, people love to vote for people that got families, right? That's the thing. You have a family.
Well, it's for his wife to travel somewhere with him. It would help.
This is interesting.
He's behind Hogan, who's gay, and you should know from the first syllable in his last name, Ho. And Hogan, and Hogan in Afrikaans, the language of the white racists in South Africa, and the cream colors. Okay. Hogan means how you doing. And so I bet you he'd be saying Hogan when folks be doing it. Okay. Anyway, he's behind, but there were two men who voted against same-sex marriage in the NAACP. Okay. And those dudes, oh my God, they were like the kids that tried to go to Central Park High today, school desegregated. I mean, Ben and them basically ran those guys off the board.
You remember their names by any chance?
Oh, but all you have to do is look up the NAACP same-sex marriage. The vote is 62-2. And one of them is from out west, and where the other one is, forgive me. And no disrespect, Brother Hurd. Black folk make me sick demanding that you have so many names and dates in your head to make a point.
Right.
What to do is, if you don't believe what I said, go look the shit up.
Yeah.
That's what 62-2. I think it's in 2010. One of the ministers, I think, was from Kansas or Nebraska, one of those western states. I don't remember what the other one was, but they got dogged. Now, the NAACP also supported the Gay Boy Scouts of America having openly gay men work with the boys.
Okay. That's interesting.
Now, so Tillerson, the former Secretary of State, who allegedly got let go by Trump because Rex Tillerson is a pedophile. He looks strange to me, okay? And the Boy Scouts of America has about 80 years of records of boys being raped and abused in the tens of thousands. That's what you already had before you brought the openly gay people in. So those older men, they weren't having to hold up off of no illicit underage sex with boys because they were always getting it. Now they're going to get more. It was like a tax cut for pedophiles when they did that.
Wow.
You know, what's that thing called when you're getting something and inheritance tax or something. I forget what it's called, that people don't want to pay inheritance tax, but there's a different term for it.
Not death tax, right? No, they call it.
No, not the death tax. It's when you capital gains cut, capital gains tax. I mean, when they put the openly gay people in the Boy Scouts, that was like a capital gains tax cut for all the pedophiles working with boys in the country. And Ben supported it. And you have to understand something. Ben was working with Rabbi Saperstein of the Center for American Progress, established by child molester writ large, John Podesta. And Rabbi Saperstein performed the first homosexual marriage in America. And that was one of Ben Jealous's major power backers on the national board of the NACP. That's real talk. Saperstein, look it up. He was one of the leading Jewish rabbis in the country. I'm talking for real for you. In fact, the Center for American Progress is quietly promoting pedophilia across America. And by the way, what's that little Negro that comes on with the glasses? Van Jones is a fellow with the Center for American Progress. Okay.
Awesome.
And Center for American Progress supports Black Lives Matter. And there's another thing called Black Youth 100, led by a Kathy Cohen. She's a Black feminist who's got more bags under her eyes than an international airport. I'm telling you, you can walk up some things. In fact, burn off some calories. I'm telling you, this woman looks like a puffer fish or a blowfish, like a National Geographic special. She's married to some Jewish dude. They always have a white boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. Well, Van Jones married up with Jimmy Carter's niece.
Oh, well, if it looked like Jimmy Carter, they can have it. Peanuts would look better than him.
He was from Plains, Georgia. Okay.
Oh, my God. Jesus. Oh, Lord. I mean, I'm telling you, the only person uglier than Jimmy Carter's been in the White House is Barbara Bush. Oh my God. I mean, ding dong, the witch is dead.
Well, they said that her mama had an affair with Aleister Crowley, that she's the daughter of Aleister Crowley.
She looks like Aleister Crowley. In fact, he looked better than she did. I mean, he had less wrinkles in his face because he died younger. I'm telling you, oh my God. I mean, that woman, you know, if you wanted to make bear claw cookies, you could put her face in the dough. I mean, it's just really bad. I mean, I would be starting wars abroad and such too if I had to go home to that. Oh God!
I gotta get wrapping up. I gotta ask you about your thoughts about the past and the legacy of Aretha Franklin.
Oh my! Well, the thing that blew my mind today is her sister Irma Franklin recorded on a small record company called JVB Records in Detroit. And the B stands for battle. And it just blew my mind learning that today. I have family in Detroit, Chicago, from Mississippi, all over the country with the name Battle. It's one family. Those are my people. So one of my cousins way back was recording Aretha's sister. That was the one thing. But I loved Aretha. I remember hearing Aretha's voice from the time I was 2 years old. And I can remember because my father's church was in the ghetto. I mean, with the drug addicts and the people shooting and stabbing each other. And the one thing that made everybody happy, everybody could come together around, was Aretha Franklin on transistors, on the, there was a bar where folks were picking up kids just 2 doors away from the church. But on the jukebox, you could hear Aretha Franklin. I mean, I just remember there was a period in time where Aretha Franklin had either a hit record or an album cut that was getting airplay every week to 2 weeks for maybe a 5-year period. Aretha Franklin was just churning stuff out over and over and over again, being on Flip Wilson. We're very, very, very proud of Aretha. I love Aretha Franklin. I imitate Aretha Franklin. I mean, sometimes, we're only riding on a freeway, hey, do you be a reason why? How'd you get your pants so tight? I mean, I just go around and just imitate Aretha, because that woman had so much soul, so much beauty, so much love, so much blackness, so much gospel. And she was one of those black people that made it, that never forgot the rest of us. She's a quintessential type of celebrity artist I look up to, because they never left, they never turned, they never changed. They didn't sell out their people. And she always loved the black man, no matter what bad happened to her. Nowadays, the black man bumped into a black woman on the subway. They want to take out an AR-15 and shoot every black male that never bumped into her. No matter what bad happened to Aretha, in terms of the men in her life, she never stopped loving her sons or black people. You get where I'm coming from? Yes, on top of that, she's a great piano player, great artist, a civil rights person. I can tell you, she was an artist. We don't have really Rihanna and all these other people. They need to sit their asses down and listen to her first couple of albums. I'm talking about Aretha Arrived, Soul 69, I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You, right? Soul Sister. They need to get all of Aretha's stuff and just listen to it and learn what a diva is. It is not doing cultish stuff, having tattoos, showing your breast nipple. I mean, even if Aretha had done that, she would still have been an artist. These folks are performers. She was an artist. And I mean, an incredible person. I mean, I just think about, there's no point in my life. I put this up on Facebook. Whenever I would travel the country, leave outside the United States, I would always bring Aretha Franklin music with me. Someone asked me about something about black people. I'd say, listen to this. This says something about who we are. I mean, that woman was, I've cried a couple of times, and not because I didn't know they were going to die, because she had pancreatic cancer. But think about it. Denise LaSalle died January 8th of this year. That's the Queen of the Blues. She was 76. Okay, so I've had 3 people 76 die that I like. Never met Aretha, but always loved it. Had bought the records, would love it. I would even make fun. One of my favorite things is you could laugh at Aretha, the way the clothes she wear. Sometimes they'll say, "Damn, you need to take that off." Of doing a comedy special and teasing Aretha Franklin and having her sing Chain of Fools with singing the Colonel Sanders, and having the little background singers have dresses that look like the KFC buckets. Make fun of Aretha Franklin because, she always was big and she was small. She'd always done something, but, she touched everybody's soul. I mean, I remember, because Aretha's a preacher's kid, which I'm also, and I come from a family of gospel musicians. I remember one of the first times I went up to Howard University to participate in a lecture, and a very famous gospel and jazz musician by the name of Pearl Williams Jones, who's the daughter of Bishop Smallwood Williams, founder of the Bible Way Church, which is a church that at its peak had about 500,000 members, and they were in Africa and the Caribbean. But Smallwood Williams gave money to fight for Emmett Till, who I learned within the last couple of years is a relative of mine through the Battle family. because he was in the battle home when they took him in Money, Mississippi. And Smallwood Williams also was involved in the Brown case. There were many cases. It wasn't just in Topeka. So Smallwood Williams was the D.C. case would have come next had they not won in Kansas City. In case you didn't know that. Mm-hmm. And this was his daughter, and we had college students. This is like 1972, and we were listening to Amazing Grace. I always wanted to go to college after that experience, because my first time to really sit in a university classroom, they're playing Aretha Franklin in a college class. I was like, oh my God, you mean I can listen to Aretha Franklin when I get to the university? I want to go. And remember her singing A Different World? How that voice got people to want to look at HBCUs. Before there was A Different World theme song, there was Aretha's Amazing Grace. Just when she did Amazing Grace and that album sold 2-3 million copies, it validated Black gospel music to the whole country. Mm-hmm. Me coming from a family of gospel music singers and so forth, that every time you turn around, Aretha made you proud. And so she represents an incredible, creative, loving spirit of our Black sisters, our Queen sisters. And I'm hoping Jennifer Hudson or somebody that can really sing gets the opportunity to interpret Aretha Franklin's music and her compositions to the generations. And that I'm hoping that people do like they did with Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, that you see a rush on purchases of Aretha Franklin music on Billboard and streaming, because a lot of people, including my mother, I just had a fuss with my mother the other day. My mother, is not an Aretha Franklin fan. She said all her music sounded like us. It's because you only heard 2 or 3 songs. If you listen to Aretha, Aretha never sounds, all her music doesn't sound the same. Mm-hmm. She's doing so many different things. You're surprised at that woman's versatility. I just want a Black artist and people who like it buy music by real artists. And real artists, be real. Don't sell out to Zionists. Aretha never sold out to Zionists, even when she was recording with that freak. What's his name? The one that was Whitney Houston's manager. You know him, Clive Davis. Yeah. Aretha Franklin stayed true to her art, to her artistry. She didn't sell out. So that's what I'm going to say on that. And brother, no, there's more. We got to do another one of these. There's a bunch of things.
Oh, we definitely do another one. I'm glad I got a chance to talk. You got so much information, and the way you deliver it is unique and one of a kind. But you're a very brilliant man and a very giving man. So, Dr. Short, what's the best way for the people to connect with you if they want to connect? If possible, on social media, if that's even a thing for you now.
Well, it is possible. I'm Randy Short at Facebook.
Okay.
While before they shut me down, I'm not posting that much. All I have to do is put the word coon up, and they shut me for 30 days.
Because you just tell them like it is. Like, well, Gil Noble said, tell it like it is. That's his show from back in the day.
So I'm Randy Short, 1965, on Instagram. Dr. W. Randy Short on LinkedIn. W. Randy Short at Gmail. And if it's a serious call, it can't be a BS call. They can call me 202-710-4294. But my voicemail's often full, so it may be better to text me. That's serious, people. If it's foolish, I will be as honest with you as I am in this interview. Like Brother Dick Gregory, please keep it real.
Right.
All right, my brother. This man, there's too much to talk about.
We're going to talk about. We need you right now. We need your voice in this wilderness. This malaise or whatever the hell it is.
We're coming through there. Just keep watching Amorosa, and brother, keep your eyes peeled on the Catholic Church. I think we're going to get some pedophilia cases at long last in Baltimore and D.C. And finally it's going to begin to come out where they start dealing with the fact that these priests, after they've ripped up and busted little booties of little white boys, they send them to the Black areas in America, and then they send them to Africa and rape the kids over there. I just can't wait for this to break out. And for Pope Francine, who disgusts me, for her to get her dress snatched off and that little beanie took off the head and then put somebody else up there. He's tired, okay?
Thank you, Dr. Short. The words, Duke Ellington, we love you madly. Keep on producing and pushing.